Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart, and God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread, healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
second. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Listen, Harmony said, I'm ready to go. It is Friday and it's a fresh start. Come on here, Rebel. Listen, let's just go ahead and let this baby go. Let this baby shout. Let it out. Come on here. Okay, y'all. Now, I'm gonna let her come back in a second. I'm gonna let her come back. But since she was ready, do you understand? She was ready to go. Rebel. That's the way I feel this morning, y'all. That's the way I feel. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to another edition of Yes You O Cubed. Baby, it was the ushering. The ushering. You know what I'm talking about. They had to make sure mother didn't get slain and fall off that ledge. And I'm not, and she was on it, Stacy. I tell you what, I love you guys. This is another edition of Yes You O Cubed. What does O Cubed stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. I want to welcome you to the broadcast today because, Saints, it's Friday. It's Friday. Listen, it's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. And y'all know how we do in here on Friday morning because, listen, we made it another week. We made it through another week, cheering. We absolutely have it. There she goes. There she goes. You better dance. It's Friday. Yay! Yes! I made it over. I made it through. You better ask somebody. Hey! I feel like running. I feel like leaping. I feel like picking them up and putting them down like Sister Green Dress. Yes, that's the way we're doing it this morning, y'all. That's the way we're doing it. Hop, hop, hop. Come on, Rebel. Don't play with me. I feel something in here, Tall Pumps. Listen, it's a good day to be alive, and I appreciate every last one of you that are here with me on this morning. Yes, it's Friday, and it's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. Now, look at here. We just gonna share this morning and get on out your way and let you start on this Fresh Start Friday. Yes, we're gonna let you start your weekend, but you know how we get it started over here in the Lion's Den. We like to go to the VIP section and see who all came in the room to make sure there was plenty of love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness in the Lion's Den when we got here. So listen, let's start like this. There were some folk out that didn't necessarily make it into the chair, but they came in bringing all the love, joy, peace, and happiness and soul that they had to bring. Let's start with my girl. She's been a sister in contention all week long. None other than KK. You better give it up for her. KK 79. otherwise known as KK Michelle in Facebook land. I appreciate this sister right here, and I love me some you. Now listen, let's go to the three top that came in and made sure the table was set, spread, and the feast of the Lord was going on. Let's start with the third person in the lion's den, none other than my gorgeous sister from Chi-Town, Tall Pumps. Come on in here. Go ahead and sit down right over there, sis. Sit down right over there. Go ahead and have a seat on that love seat. So much mad love to you and congratulations. Now, the second person that made it in the lion's den this morning was none other than Truck Driver. Come on in here, Truck. That's my Mufasa. Yes, that's my guy. Tell 10 toes up and palms down. That's my guy right there. And congratulations to you. Go right over there and sit next to Tall Pumps. Both of y'all take up that love seat right over there. And we got KK79 over off to the side, giving you all kinds of love. And I appreciate you. But the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair is none other than Cassandra Isaiah, otherwise known as Sassy Cassie Slide and Glide. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. Get your lips, get your hips, and get your fingertips right on in there. You did it. You did it. You are the winner. You are the winner. That's my sis right there. Listen, I appreciate you, Sassy Cassie Slide and Glide, for coming on in here this morning. Again, making sure there was plenty of love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness in the lion's den this morning. My beautiful sister right there, Cassandra Isaiah. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, looky here, looky here, looky here. I love my sister right there. Now, you know where I like to go from here. Put that mod love in. Put that mod love in there. Because listen, there's nobody like these three beautiful moderators that we have over here in the lion's den. I promise you, there's nobody like them in all the earth. Let's start off with Shelly Thunder. I see that mod love Stacy 546. I see that mod love Rebel Inc. I see that mod love Tall Pumps Yoshi Sun 77. I see that mod love Cassandra Woke. I see that mod love Dr. Dady Priest. I see that mod love BTD Mom, because listen, there she is. Yes, she is the prophetess. And I tell you what, Tall Pumps, come on with that mod love. She will quote you a scripture, pray you a prayer, and block your tail if you're not acting right. Because my ushers will usher you out. Please believe it. Yes, that's Shelly Thunder right there. And then we're led by the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Inc. Yes, the Rebel Inc. is my ace boom cool, my day one. She's my all that in a bag of chips. She's my left hand, because listen, I'm left-handed. I'm not right-handed. She's my left hand, my left arm, my left leg, my left everything. Listen, I left it all with the Rebel Inc. Yes, she is a streamer, and if you're not following the Rebel Inc., quit your wicked ways. Yes, quit your wicked ways, because I'm here to tell you she's going to bless your whole life, your soul, and everything. She's going to bless everything. Now listen, follow her. I want you to get the entertainment, because she'll bring you the cracks. She'll also let you play some Rebel, leave your all on the altar. Ooh, I tell you what, I can already tell. Yes, this is my girl right here. Follow her. She will bless your whole life. And on Sunday mornings, she brings us Church of Funk at 7 o'clock in the a.m. Central Time. Baby, she's all that in a bag of chips. Now listen, Then we have the quiet storm. Yes, the quiet storm is none other than my angel. Yes, that's my angel, Michelle Brownell. And I tell you what, she changes the atmosphere just by being in the room. And I tell you what, this is my blessed Trinity right here. They are truly my blessings. I cannot tell you enough. I love these ladies right here. They are the absolute best, and they are blessed too, but they are the absolute best, and I love me some them. Thank you for that, mod love, because truly they deserve every bit of accolades and appreciation and praise that we can give them, because that's the way they do it over here in the Lion's Den. Now listen, as my mother used to say, when you come in the room, speak to somebody. So I'm gonna come around real quick and we're gonna speak to everybody this morning. Come on in here. The Rebel Ink was in here bright and early before we even got started chit-chatting with me this morning, and I call her the Galactic Supervisor. Good morning to you, Rebel, and I'm so glad that you've had a week of relaxation. Now let me tell you what, she's been off all this week, but she is on a raid train tomorrow with one reason. Put the time in there, Rebel, because I don't know what time you're coming on. But I'm going to ask you all, if you can and you will, get up in the morning. She doesn't normally come on Saturdays, but get up in the morning and let's go support the Rebel Ink on that raid train. 9 a.m. Eastern time. She's coming on 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. You all please go over there and watch her as she derails the train. Now, coming on down, and I see Stacy 546. That's my beautiful sister right there. Good morning to you, Stacy. Nothing but mad love to you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking, and Cassandra Woke 2022. She came in here early this morning. It's good to see you, sis. And again, congratulations for being the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Coming on down, and I'm looking and booking, and Tall Pumps was pumping tall this morning. Yeah, she's pumping tall this morning, and nothing but mad love to my gorgeous sister from the Chi-Town. Listen, she is the moderator for Woman Unsilenced. If you're not following Woman Unsilenced, quit your wicked ways. Yes, quit your wicked ways, because she's going to bless your whole entire life. I promise you she will. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Tall Pumps up there pumping tall with legs. Love me some you, sister. Come on through. Glenda M. Groves is my schoolmate, friend. So much love to you, my beautiful sister. Good morning to you, and she's holding it up out there in YouTube and Facebook. I appreciate you, sis, and nothing but mad love to you this morning. Then we've got Truck Driver. Did I miss Stacy 546? I think I got her. Truck Driver, that's my Mufasa. That's my Lion King. Come on in here, brother. Tell 10 toes up and palms down. That's my guy. That's my Lion King. And y'all ain't seen nothing yet, because this brother is about to unleash something on y'all you ain't seen before. Coming on down, and I'm looking at Yoshi Son 77 is a streamer. Good morning to you, Yoshi Son. Yes, young Prince, come on in here. Mad love to you. If you're not following Yoshi Son 77, quit your wicked ways. Yes, quit your wicked ways, because Yoshi Son 77 is a gamer and chit chatter out there, and y'all don't want to miss this convo with this woke brother. I love me some him. Come on in here, Prince. Good to see you this morning. Coming down, and I'm seeing who else I'm checking. Dr. Dady Priest. Yes, Dr. Dady Priest and Engagement Matters. The high priestess is in the room. Listen, we love us some Dr. Dady Priest, and she's got a new link out there. She's got some business that I want y'all to lock in. Dr. Dady, if you can, or if one of the mods will, put that link in the chat so we can follow. She sent it out the last couple of days, and I'm asking everybody that can and will go out there on that link and follow the Dr. Dr. Dady Priest. Yeah, she's doing big moves and big things out here in these streets. And I appreciate you, sis. So much mad love to you. Now I'm coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm seeing who else is in the room. BTD Mom, come on in there. That's my biggest, beautiful big sister right there. Love me some you. You know I do. She's all that and the bag of chips. I love me some you. Good morning to you. Coming on down and I'm seeing who else is in the Lion's Den but Mino 3782. That's my sister, having worked all night long. She made it in here this morning. She made it in here. That's my beautiful sis. Yes, she's the 411 information. She will give us those telephone numbers, baby, and she keeps us on point. And it's so good to have you in the room this morning, Mino 3782. I don't know if you just came off the job or if you had a vacation, but whatever the reason, I'm so happy to see you in the Lion's Den this morning. Nothing but mad love to you. Now I'm coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking, and guess who else I see in the room this morning? This is how we do it, y'all. This is how we do it. Shelly Thunder. Good morning to the thunderclap. She came in with the kapow. She came in with the lightning bolt. We love us some you, Shelly Thunder, and nothing but mad love to you. Appreciate you as always being in the Lion's Den taking care of business. Now right behind her coming in the room was the Quiet Storm. Yes, Michelle Brownell. That's my angel right there. Thank you for coming in the room and so much mad love to you. And we're still praying and we're still lifting you up. Come on in here and we love us some you. Then let me see if anybody else came in the room. King Coogee. That's my sire, y'all. That's my sire. I appreciate you, sir. Got lions in the room this morning. Got lions in the room. King Coogee is a streamer, and if you're not following King Coogee, quit your wicked ways. I can't get it out. Quit your wicked ways. Listen, quit your wicked ways, because listen, I promise you, he's going to bless your whole entire life. I love me some you, and good morning to you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and booking, see, is anybody else that came in the basement? Is there anybody else that came in the basement while I was upstairs? Listen, KK Michelle, good morning to you, sis. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's good to see you and you holding up the light over there in Facebook. And I appreciate you, sis. Nothing but mad love to you. And there she is, my dearest friend, Fairly All Day. Yes, she's a whole vibe. She's a whole thing all by herself. Good morning to you, Fairly All Day. Good to see you. And come on in the Lion's Den and bring that love and get some love. And I appreciate you for being here. Now, listen, I know that you're usually traveling this time of morning, so be careful out there in them there streets, because listen, we need you in this earth realm. Now, Mino 3782 done already gave us 888-777 boss. That's the way we roll in here. Boss energy. If you need some, dial that number 888-777 BOSS. That's the way she does it. And I love me some you. Thank you for that, Mino. Thank you for that. Now, looking, we're coming on down, and I think have I come to the end of everybody that's in here right now. And I appreciate Miss Lily Fields. Come on in here, sis. Mad love to you. Nothing but love, and I appreciate you for coming in the Lion's Den this morning. Come through, and I love you, sis. I love me some you. Now, there's the link to Dr. Dady Priest, y'all. Y'all go out there and please follow my sister. That is her new IG page, and I want y'all to follow her because we doing something real good. Come on in here, Fairly. Come on with the day off. I love it. And you have earned earned it and deserve it without a shadow of a doubt. Good for you. Do all the self-care you can do. Mad love, mad love. Now, I think that's everybody. Let me come over and take another quick look over here in Facebook and see what we got going over here. Regina K. Sims is in the room. Come on in here. Now, for everybody that enjoys It Won't Be This Way, or Won't Be This Way Always, that's my sister right there. Good morning to you. And we've been friends down through the years. That's what the old folks used to say. Down through the years. That's my sister from way back. And good morning to you. Alan Morrison, good morning to you and blessings to you out here in Facebook. I appreciate you. Come through. Y'all coming in this morning. I'm not mad at you. Come on up in here, cheerings. Come on up in here. Nate King Coogee Bias is out there in Facebook as well. Thank you for holding up the light out there. I appreciate you, my brother. And then we got KK Michelle out there in Facebook. And for all of those others that are not chatting with me, I'm so glad that you're just holding space with us on today. Now listen, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go just a little bit differently on today because y'all know we had those whammies on yesterday. That kind of had an impact. And before I go a little further, before I go on out here and we start talking about what has slumbered, what had happened was whilst we slumbered, slept and slobbered, we had some things going on. And again, we want to continue to lift up Michelle Brownell in the loss of her nephew, again, at the hands of the police. We are lifting that family up. We most definitely are. Come on with those praying hands. We are most definitely lifting her up, as well as Fairly All Day in the loss of their extended family loved ones. And this right here, I felt like I wanted to go just a little bit differently on this morning to get us started. If I can just digress for just one quick moment, I want to come a little bit differently and let me see. I'm trying to see if I got something I can roll. I don't necessarily want the time, but this is what I want to do today. Let this water bless you. And I'm glad that my sis is in here because I'm going to let her minister. And then, of course, we had MCP 812. Our family lost our cousin on the other night as well. So this is what I'm going to do for all of those. Michelle Brownell, we're lifting you. Fairly All Day, we're lifting you. MCP 812, we're lifting you. And this is the way we're going to start this morning.
Sometimes in life, you may have to go through. They talked about Jesus. People gonna talk about you. Yes, they will. Sometimes in life, there are problems on every side. Your heart may be troubled, but I have this blessed consolation that there's a bright side, and it's free from pain and care, and it won't be this way. In life, there's sunshine, there's rain, tears to shed, burdens to bear, sorrow, grief, and pain. Sometimes in life, you may be ridiculed and suffer shame. And don't get weary, for you see, your laboring is not in vain. For there's a bright
And that's the way we're going to start this morning. We're praying for each one of you. We're praying for every last one of you, absolutely, positively. But I want to leave that message sung by my beautiful sister, Regina K. Sims. Won't be this way always. Please believe it. It won't be this way always. Now, I wanted to start just a little bit differently this morning because, again, as we closed out on yesterday, it was definitely on our hearts heavily, the pain and the grief and the loss of all three of our lions on yesterday. So I just wanted to start just a tad bit differently, and thank you all for that. Now, listen. As we get ready to move forward, we're going to continue to pray. We're going to continue to send love. Yes, Michelle, you know we love us some you. You know I love you. I love you. And anything that I can do for the families in your time of loss, I am right there with you. So much love, so much love. Yes, at Regina Sims, and she does happen to be in the station this morning. Awesome ministry. And it's always a blessing. Gina K, they're just appreciating you and sending you love if you're not able to see those chats. But so much love. And as that song ministers to your spirit, which I'm sure it did, just carry that with you on today, because listen, it won't be this way always. Now, as we get ready to move into the stream, and Dr. Dady, I'm so happy to give that reminder, because listen, that sometimes in the midst and the heat of the trial, and when you're right in the fiery furnace and it seems like the heat is 7 times hotter than it's ever been, sometimes that's when we've got to remind ourselves, won't be this way always. Now, as we get ready to press on today, we're going to do just a little bit differently. I've selected some things that are, I tried to be selective. I want to go ahead and get the news from Views. We didn't have a lot of different things out there this morning. Oh, I see some things came while I was preparing this morning. I do want to, and again, our condolences and prayers are going out to Michelle in the loss of her nephew, who was shot and killed by the police on the other morning. I do want to make this observation, and I'm not going to get real heavily into it. I want to be very sensitive to my sister's heart and emotions right now, and that of the family. I do want to note this, however, from the standpoint of all the different media outlets that have picked up this story, and this, while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, I want us to be mindful of this. And I'm going to kick this into our thought consciousness this morning. I read and I looked at and observed all the different things that the media was saying about this particular story. And this is the thing that troubled me in the headline. And I noticed this was consistent throughout all of the headlines, all of them that reported. And it reports that the young man was shot and killed after a confrontation. Now, and I noticed they all used that verbiage of the confrontation. And I want to point out this huge issue of a point to me. It was not a confrontation. It was a traffic stop. It was not a confrontation. It was a traffic stop. It was a traffic stop that the police officer did not identify why he was being stopped. And the young man was compliant. I want to stress this. The young man was compliant with the officer's requests. I want to stress this because, again, once more, we see the media trying to slant a different narrative, even with the single word of after a confrontation, instead of addressing this was a traffic stop. These are the types of things here in the Lion's Den I'm always pressing us to pay attention. Now, in this particular instance, we know and have a direct connection to one of our lions who is an immediate family member. So at the end of the day, I know Michelle. I'm very well acquainted with her energy. I know the mindset. You all know and have experienced her energy here in the Lion's Den as well. The family is a beautiful family. So as we listen and look at this narrative being pushed, I want you to, as we think about this, I want you to start, and for myself, start thinking, how can we really begin to actively support the families and make the changes that need to happen? Because this was not a confrontation. This was not a confrontation. And as I read, and this is the thing I want to bring this up to, and I'm not going to say a lot. They asked us not to hold a press conference until the draft is over. I got you, Michelle. I got you. And we're always being asked, are we not? We're always being asked to give them a chance. But how many times do we get a chance? And I understand that. But I just want to say, and this is my observance, and this isn't any conversation I've had with Michelle. So there's nothing that's being shared or leaked or whatever from the family to me. I'm talking about what I've read in the press, just like any of you could have read in the press. And I'm commenting from that dialogue and that dialogue alone. So nobody goes out from the media and says, I said something on. No, this is me. Y'all know how we do it over here. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black, and I tells it like it TIZT. I'm just pointing out the facts. The confrontation that they are pushing in these headlines with an agenda, I despise it. It's despicable. And at the end of the day, this was a traffic stop. And I'm appalled that all of these news media outlets have likewise reported this as something that happened after a confrontation. And that, beloved, I'm just absolutely irritated. I'm livid. And listen.
Why you always lying?
That part right there. It was not a confrontation. And I just want us to be clear. I want us to be clear. It was a traffic stop that the officer would not identify why the young man was being stopped. And so at the end of the day, called for backup, and this is the thing. I'll say this for myself, and let me shift the gears here. I remember I had purchased a Volvo. And my best friend, her sister was taken to the hospital, rushed on an emergency ambulance call to the hospital. My best friend is in California. And so on her behalf, and even without her, I would have gone to the hospital in this situation anyway, because I was very good friends with her sister as well. I went to the hospital, left at dead of night, because by the time we got everything done, it was like 2:00 in the morning at the time that I felt like she was stable enough for me to leave the hospital. So at 2:00 in the morning, I leave from the hospital and notice a police car pull out behind me when I pulled out of the parking lot. This police officer follows me. And when I get to a somewhat secluded area away from, and I saw the car, and there was nothing going on. There was no reason for me to think that there was anything that was going to precipitate a car stop. But I did. I got stopped by the police. They shined their lights in my eyes. And I think I may even talked about this in the stream, because this has been since I've been streaming, and I shared this story on the stream. I mean, they detained me for like an hour. This isn't made up stuff. This is real talk. They detained me for like an hour. This man shined his light in my eyes, were blinding, looked through my car with his flashlight. You know, he's skimming and shining and looking and this and that and the other. Would not tell me why I had been stopped. Now I'm still in the vicinity of, at that time I was over by KU Medical Center because that's where my friend's sister had been rushed to the hospital. Nobody's telling me anything. Nobody's giving me any information. Good morning, K2 Hoop. So much love to you. Nobody is. And first thing I thought in my mind, Sandra Bland, because after he stopped me initially, he goes back to the car and I don't hear anything. There's a light blaring through my windows in the back. I'm blinded. I can't see. And of course, I'm thinking, if I open my car door after I've sat here, it's like, how long are you going to make me sit here and for what? You've not given me any reason to stop me. There's no reason for you to stop me. And after I've sat here for detained for like 45 minutes, I'm like wanting to get out of my car to go back and ask him, how long are you going to hold me? But I'm thinking the minute I step out of this car, then it's going to be, I'm having a confrontation with this police officer. So at the end of the day, it's like the next car pulls up. He actually has called for backup, at which point a female officer and he come to, she's on one side of my car door on the passenger side. He's on my side on the driver's side. Like I'm some kind of criminal and you still have not told me why have I been stopped. And you detained me for all this time. I'm telling you, this is the kind of harassment by the police officers that we constantly go through as people of color. Yoshi son, it's terrifying. I'm a single black female. Now you could have stopped me. And this was my issue. Good morning, Kim Possible 711. So much love to you. So much love to you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Good morning to you, sis. So, you know, now he could have stopped me. This is the part that becomes totally suspicious. He could have stopped me when I was in the area of the hospital. If there was, because there was nothing happened. He pulls out behind me and is following me like he's tailing me. So tailing, T-A-I-L-I-N-G, tailing me. And so then when you stop me away from traffic and out in no man's land, I don't know what your nasty tail is getting ready to do, because in Kansas City, Kansas, I'm going to call his name, Roger Golubski was a detective that was out here raping black women. I said what I said. And so at the end of the day, good morning, Z Lady C. Come on in here. So much mad love to you. So at the end of the day, there's no sense of feeling good about this stop when you know this was KCK police, Michelle Brown, KCK police. And this was KCK police that I was dealing with because I was just down the street and around the corner from KU Medical Center. So at the end of the day, you know, this is the type of harassment that we end up doing. Now, he tried to say he thought my tags were not right on my car. Sir, all the paperwork I gave you was accurate. There was no reason for you to detain me any longer than what you did. You definitely did not need to hold me for an hour, and you surely didn't need to call backup. So this is the kind of drama that we have to deal with on a regular basis. I did note in an article, this is not from anybody that somebody talked to, because I do know Michelle, but the article stated that the mother expressed that the young man had a bad run-in with the popo earlier, some years back, and the baby was traumatized. And this is the thing that I feel we have got to begin to address. The trauma that we feel, the trauma that we experience, the trauma. Listen, somebody, the post-traumatic stress disorder, and from the get-go, when we have a situation and you can't tell me what you stopped me for, You can't tell me why you're detaining me. You can't tell me as I sit in, and I'm talking about for myself here. I sat in my car for an hour detained for no good reason in the dead of night. Crazy Berrytown. That's my sister. I love me some you. If you're not following Crazy Berrytown, she is a streamer. Quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways. So much love coming to you, and I love me some you. Kim Possible, anytime black people are stopped by the police, it's automatically PTSD because we have no idea what the outcome's going to be. Now, let me tell you, he had his girlfriend in his car because he was delivering. He was doing DoorDash delivery. She rode with him, and then he did the next thing that we tell you guys to do. The next thing we tell you guys to do, turn your camera on. He called his mother on a FaceTime, who also heard the whole entire situation and scenario as it unfolded. So at the end of the day, you got the camera action. You're connected to somebody that can witness. You got a witness in the car, and still, this is how it ends. So this right here, beloved, could it be? Could it be? The devil. Baby, this ain't nothing but that old slimy devil. So once more and again, I definitely have a serious attachment and a serious sentiment to this scenario because we love Michelle Brownell to the death, to life. Let me change that around. We love her to life. And so definitely the fact that now this type of drama has been laid at her doorstep. I'm just like, no. And to the KCK Popo, this is from me.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. Once more and again, Michelle Brownell has all of our condolences, all of our love, everything that we can send to you. Fairly All Day, your family in the police and killing of your loved one. You have all of our love. What's the chances of two people? And this is the incidents. This is the rate of incidents that we've got to deal with in the black community. What's the possibility and potential that two people in our lion's den within hours of each other would experience this same type of experience at the hand of the police? I'm just done. I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. And to both of our lions that have lost your loved ones at the hands of the police, hours apart. I'm just telling you, this is unacceptable. It's unbelievable, but it's the reality that we as black people are living, unfortunately, in this world. And so this is once more.
You shall not pass!
I'm gonna let that go. There's a whole lot more that I would love to say, but I want to be sensitive to our family member here in the stream with us this morning. Now, and as this unfolds, we will continue to discuss it, and we will continue to support in every way that we can this family. Now, I want to. I'm going to shift just a little bit today. Let me see what else is out here in the news from viewers. There's so much. I want to say thank you to all of you that contribute to the news from viewers because it's such a blessing. Thank you for what you do. Now these came in. Let me hold this. This is from May 27, 2021. Since I started the stream, or right before I started the stream. So I want to go back. I have not looked at these. God, chick, come on in here. So much mad love to you. Michelle, we also found out they are under investigation for 2 more murders of black men in the same area in 2023.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
I am. I'm really agitated. Number one, I love me some Michelle Brownell. I love that girl. and Michelle, they're as good. She is as good as they come. Please hear me. She is as good as they come. When I tell you, my heart is just wrenched for this situation, for this beautiful family. I'm beyond aggravated. I'm really trying to contain my anger and my rage. Because this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And this is why we do the streams that we do. Sometimes it's like, man, why do we talk about all these dark things? Why do we talk about this and that and the other? Because I need us to be aware of what's going on. And number two, I need us unite. I need us to unite so that we can stop the madness. We need to stop. Come on, Mino. I love her to death too. I love her. She's your bonus mom. Come through, Mino 3782. She has blessed and is blessing so many lives. I'm talking about Michelle Brownell. The fact that she has to live through this horrendous situation just has me beyond angry. But at the end of the day, I'm going to come back to won't be this way always. I believe that with all my heart and all my shondo. DJ Roll'em 27, come on in here, sir. So glad to have you in here. DJ Roll'em is a streamer, y'all. And if you're not following DJ Roll'em 27, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways. Because listen, she's going to bless your whole life. Fact, Shelly Thunder. We love us some Michelle Brownell. That's all it is to it. We love, because I told you already, she's my angel and y'all think I'm playing, but she really is. And let me tell you this about Michelle. She's an angel to so many people in her life. And when I say an open door, a place, a safe haven for people to come in when they don't have a place to go, for people that don't have the resources, even out of her single parenting, she finds a way and a means to bless people all around her. She's not selfish. She's always giving. And the fact that this is how the city has rewarded her family, you know, I'm just agitated. But nonetheless, my quiet storm, she's my angel. She's my angel. Kim Possible, I see you talking. This type of trauma is exhausting. And like you, I'm mad, I'm sad, and I'm frustrated. And just keep on going with the ands, because you can just put so much behind those ands. It just is. And for everybody that may be unaware, we're sharing, unfortunately, the experience of our own Michelle Brownell, who has now fallen victim and prey to family being killed at the hands of the police. Man, I tell you, the containing process is exhausting. More mental warfare. I got you, Yoshi-san. It's exhausting. So we're going to continue. But listen, we ain't tired. Listen, the old folks have been running for Jesus a long time. I'm not tired yet. Listen, I'm not tired yet. I'm not too tired to keep fighting. I am tired, but I'm not too tired to keep fighting. Diane the BX, come on in here, sister. So much mad love to you. Now, this right here, I'm going to tell you some of the reason why we're here. Some of the reason why we're here is this. And I'm going to shift gears because I want to get into some of the conversation that I want to talk about on today. Some of why we are here can very easily be seen by who is making up our legislature. This is some of why we're here. And please, 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 this is some of why we're here. And let this entertain you.
Affecting climate change. You're going to tell me that back in the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay and how many changes did governments make to melt the ice? The climate is going to continue to change. And there is no reason to just open up our borders and allow everyone in and continue to funnel over $50 billion or however many billions of dollars or trillions of dollars to foreign countries all over the world simply because they don't like the climate change. People are not affected.
hold on. I got to read Michelle's comment before I go on. Mino3782 said, Michelle has been my protector since I was a little girl in church. Come through with that, Mino. Come on and testify, because that's the kind of person Michelle is. Then Michelle followed that up with, it was the nerve of them asking the family to basically keep it quiet. And that's exactly what they want you to do. Keep it quiet because they don't want to make the city seem unsafe during this draft. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. It's unsafe. Okay, please believe it. And black people are unsafe from the popo. Make it plain. Listen, let's make it plain, Crystal Method. It's jackassery. Jackassery. Now, I'm going to play this once more and again because I contend this is the kind of insanity that we have in positions of authority that make this country as stupid and crazy as it is.
Affecting climate change. You're going to tell me that back in the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay and how many changes did governments make to melt the ice? The climate is going to continue to change. And there is no reason to just open up our borders and allow everyone in and continue to funnel over $50 billion or however many billions of dollars or trillions of dollars to foreign countries all over the world simply because they don't like the climate change. People are not affecting climate change. You're going to tell me that back in the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay and how many changes did governments make to melt the ice? The climate is going to continue to change. And there is no reason to just open up our borders and allow everyone in and continue to funnel over $50 billion or however many billions of dollars or trillions of dollars to foreign countries all over the world simply because they don't like the climate change. People are not affecting.
I'm going to play that once more and again, but I got to get in. Shelly Thunder is speaking a word. She's speaking a whole word. The prophetess done come out alert to speak a word. The draft is more important than the life wrongly snatched. Money over life is still apparent. And you better say that, Shelly. You better say that. And I just want, I just want anything y'all saying about Michelle's family, honey. I'm going to read that because, honey, it's worth every word in this stream for the trauma and the drama that Michelle and her family are being put through during the loss and death of their loved one. Now, this is why we got problems. Now, listen.
Climate change. You're going to tell me that back in the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay and how many changes did governments make to melt the ice? The climate is going to continue to change. And there is no reason to just open up our borders and allow everyone in and continue to funnel over $50 billion or however many billions of dollars or trillions of dollars to foreign countries all over the world simply because they don't like the climate change.
This defrosted Neanderthal. Did you hear what I said? This defrosted Neanderthal of a woman. What? Now, just let me play it one more time and somebody tell me what she said. This defrosted Neanderthal. What did she say?
People are not affecting climate change. You're going to tell me that back in the Ice Age, how much taxes did people pay and how many changes did governments make to melt the ice? The climate is going to continue to change. And there is no reason to just open up our borders and allow everyone in and continue to funnel over $50 billion or however many billions of dollars or trillions of dollars to foreign countries all over the world simply because they don't like the climate change.
This defrosted Neanderthal said absolutely nothing. That whole comment made no sense. Georgia, I just want to ask Georgia, why does she keep getting elected back? Isn't she from the state of Georgia? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I think she's from the great state, the Georgia Peach State. Why does this woman keep getting reelected? Somebody explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me. Who in the whole heaven and earth is electing this woman to office? What part of Georgia is she from? My God, today, this woman is a defrosted Neanderthal that doesn't have one lick of a brain. If I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. I just cannot. I cannot. And she thought she said something. She thought somebody said she's from a high conservative area. I'm concerned more so for the people that are electing her than I am about her. Because if you are telling me this is what you send to represent you in the legislature, if this is what you feel like you want to go and represent you in front of the peoples,
Ain't nothing but the devil. I can't hear you. Ain't nothing but the devil. I can't hear you.
Kim Possible said, I don't know that woman. Kim Possible, I think she's from Georgia. Somebody look it up and say, I think she's from Georgia. And I'm looking and I'm saying, what in the whole heaven and earth? Why do Georgians keep it? This woman right here. She is a whole defrosted Neanderthal. Her name, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kim Possible 711. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Y'all look her up and tell me. I think she's from Georgia. I believe she's from Georgia. And it sounds just like a Saturday Night Live skit, Kai Chick. And at the end of the day, she meant that thing. With her empty looking eyes. That woman is lost. She is lost. She's lost in the house. You understand what I'm saying? She ain't lost outside in the weeds. She's not lost outside in the streets. She's lost in the house. She's District 14 in Georgia. Thank you, Dr. Dady. District 14 in Georgia. What in the world kind of people live in District 14 in Georgia? Because this is insanity. That woman didn't say one thing that made a lick of sense. And the Ice Age, what governments existed in the Ice Age? I mean, we can just dissect that insanity line by line, precept by precept, and it's just stupidity. This is a poster child for stupid. Come on, Georgia. This is a poster child for stupid. I cannot. I just cannot, y'all. I'm so sorry, but I cannot. She's lost in the house. She's lost inside herself somewhere. She's trying to find it, but she can't find it. Searched all over. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find nobody. Searched high and low. Still couldn't find nobody. Nobody present. Nobody present. Nobody present in you. This woman is lost. I'm trying to tell you, it sounds just like a Saturday Night Live skit, but that's what's going on in the legislature. That's literally the conversation that's going on in the legislature. And yes, Z-Lady, see, it's insulting to everyone. How stupid is she? She is the poster child for stupidity. Oh my God. I want to know what's going on in District 14 in Georgia. What's wrong with y'all? 1-800-555-LOST. Rome and Dalton, which is northeast of Atlanta. I don't know what in the world these people are thinking about electing this woman, because that woman ain't got a brain in her whole entire head. And that, honey, and then she done got opening of the borders. But she just, oh my God, I cannot. And this is what we entertain instead of dealing with black bodies, young men, young women, little boys, little girls, old men, old women being shot up and killed by the popo. I just cannot. I cannot. Listen, Dr. Dady's going in. You better name the spots. She said between Chattanooga and ATL. Katie, make it plain. Make it plain. Oh, don't let her run no more, Forrest. Don't let her run no more, Forrest. This is stupidity. She needs to find a path for her life, but it's not where she is. We don't need this kind of energy out here supposedly making decisions and laws for us. These are the lawmakers. And you talking about the Ice Age and the government. And sit down. Listen, have all the seats. I just need you to sit down. I need you to sit down, Marjorie. Sit down. And I'm mad at every Georgian that voted for her. My God, today. This is despicable. This is just dastardly. Could it be? Could it be, y'all? I'm trying to tell you what it is. This is it. The devil. Baby, this ain't nothing but that old slimy slew-footed devil. That's what this is. Now, these are listen, that's the dumb Karen. Stay in your prayer closet, Kim Possible. But while we in the prayer closet, we need to come out and displace these folk. We need to come out, y'all, and vote these folk out of office. We need to come out and do whatever we need to do so that we can get some folk in. Now, I said it on yesterday. I'm not that one that's looking for government to make the changes because, listen, government is doing what it's built to do and protect those that it's built to protect. Please believe that. At the end of the day, I want to see us begin to rise up and create the world that we want to see. Whatever changes, whatever methods, whatever we need to do, even like that young lady that spoke on yesterday in Sacramento. And she began to talk about ways to deal with reparations and eliminating taxes for black people. I mean, she had a plan. Excuse me. This is what I want us to begin doing. I want us to begin seriously as a community talking about, and when I say community, I'm talking about across the country. I want us to start coming up with a plan and thinking and talking and sharing together and vetting ideas and information and airing it out, because we cannot keep going like this. But we see that the system is still asking us to wait. Can I piggyback off of what Michelle Brownell said? That they've been asked to wait to say anything because they're trying to get a draft together. We're always being asked to wait. Black people are always being asked to wait. We're always being asked to go ahead and just pacify yourselves just a little while longer till we get this together. And we promise we're going to come back and we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And every single time we end up being shafted and floating down the river. This is why I'm saying to us, we've got to use our brain power. We've got that. We've got to use all the powers that we can draw and begin to create a different narrative. Because as long as we sit back and this is the thing, it's like that comedy. We're never a priority, BTD Mom. We're never a priority. We're always being told to wait. And I can go all the way back to Martin Luther King, why we can't wait. All the way back to the 60s, and we're still being asked to wait. We're still being mandated to wait. How long are y'all going to wait? And how long are you going to expect them to come through on their promises when they never do? So this part right here, I'm like, why, what do we say insanity was? To keep doing things the same way we keep doing it and expect there to be a change? No, ma'am, no, sir. It's not going to happen because it serves their purpose. And what did I show you all on yesterday from the footage, excuse me, about how the plan and design was put in motion to keep black people and slaves docile, to keep us tame, to keep us taught. Matter of fact, let me go back and put that up once more and again for anybody that may have missed that on yesterday, because I want us to understand so many things have been thought through, and I'm getting ready to go to the positive because, listen, I said today we're going to share some positive stuff up in here today. And not that this is not, however, this is the part where I like to make you aware of what is what, and not just words, but I want you to see. Now, even as we look at the plan that was put in motion, and some of you all don't even realize, I guess, when we talk about different things, lynching, And why is it called lynching? Because Lynch, a man named Lynch, literally put together a plan. Don't y'all think this stuff was by accident and by happenstance? Lynch put together a plan whereby to keep black people, i.e. slaves in that time, how to keep them and how to deal with them and how to put fear in them, how to do all of the things that they needed to do to keep black folks in their place. And this was a plan. I want y'all to understand, we are looking at plans that have been launched years and years ago. And so many times we as black people don't realize we are actually complicit in those behaviors because we don't know what the plans were. But these were plans, y'all. That's why they call it lynching. What is somebody, when you look at all these dastardly things that they were doing to the slaves, how do you think they came up with that word? How do you think they came up with that term? It was because the man Willie Lynch was out here giving a plan, and this is the plan that they were utilizing. This was the plan that they were setting in motion, and the whole goal was to keep black people in their place. Can I just use that terminology? To keep us in our place. And we so many times do not realize, even amongst black people, that we are perpetuating the plan that was launched so long ago. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I told y'all, we're playing checkers and they're playing chess. Y'all. I just need y'all to pay attention. So even this, I shared this on yesterday. The plan. Now, the first thing we're going to do, take churches to control the mothers. Because listen, we got to get the whole black family under control. And again, this plan was to keep black folks docile, to keep us tamed, to keep us from rising up. So churches to control the mothers. So we perpetuate this same energy of misogyny, this same energy of patriarchy. We engage in this same behavior and then wonder why. Why can we not rise up as a people? You're complicit in the behavior that your oppressors set out for you. Come on here. Come on, Kim Possible. I just looked down. You can download the Willie Lynch book. Come on. It's out. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making this stuff up. For anybody that wants to say, oh, she's out here talking a conspiracy theory. She's out here. I'm talking about these are historical facts that can be looked at, read, and proven. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? These are plans that were launched against black people. Now, for everybody, and I know a lot of y'all came from this. Yes, BTD mom. Yes, please believe me. Kim is not lying. You can download the Willie Lynch book. I need y'all to understand this. I need y'all to understand what it is that we're dealing with. This isn't no happenstance just came out the blue somewhere. Come on, Star Simmer Rose. Good morning to you. And now they are controlling the media because the social media, the music, the TV, all of that gives us so much of our information that we believe in. That's why I pointed out with Michelle's family member that was killed on the other night. Notice that all of the news media is reporting that he was shot and killed after a confrontation. It was not a confrontation. It was a traffic stop. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? And it only cost $6.95, Z Lady C. It only costs $6.95. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm not making this stuff up. And for too long, what we don't know is killing us, and what we don't know is destroying us. We've got to have the knowledge. Knowledge is power. And too many times we're destroyed for lack of knowledge. And how can we deal and heal with our circumstance if we don't even know what we're fighting against? Am I talking to anybody? And then I'm going to say it once more and again, when we see that we have become complicit with the plan, I need y'all to turn and I need you to repent. Turn and go a whole nother way. I need you to, don't just talk, well, I didn't know that. Baby, I need you to turn and go a whole nother way. And I'm going to tell you, that's why I'm going to tell you straight up. And I love everybody. I love everybody. But these churches that still out here operating in patriarchy and misogyny, I'm not going, no ma'am, no sir, I'm not going to support you. I'm not going to be complicit in the oppression of black women. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. I love from whence I came. I absolutely positively do. But you ain't sending me nowhere where y'all still oppressing black women. And I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. You're oppressing black women, and then you want to turn around and tell me God told you to do it. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. We got the schools controlling the children and the prisons controlling the fathers. And there you have the system right there, live and in living color. Woo, y'all ain't ready for me this morning. Downtown Melvin Brown, good morning to you. That's my shouting partner right there. I love me some you. Come on in here. So listen, I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't got to ask me twice. I'll come and I'll participate singing. I'll come and I'll participate clapping my hands. I'll come and do whatever I can do in the worship of God, but I'm not joining your churches. I'm not coming to no ma'am, no sir. I will not be complicit in folk that are still oppressing black women. I'm just not gonna do it. I said what I said, and I love every last one of y'all. But every last one of y'all that are still supporting these churches that are oppressing black women, you can miss me with that. Miss me with that. Now, the date of the Willie Lynch letter was 12/25/1712. He gave them a Christmas present that's still alive and working. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? For every racist and every slave-minded person that wants to be in control and dominate, he gave them a Christmas present on 12/25 in the year of our Lord 1712. Go out there and read it for yourself. I'm not making this stuff up. I just don't know how hard I can press this point, because we have confused and confounded ourselves. Woo. And one of the worst places, and y'all know I'm a liberation theologist, one of the worst places that we do it, and I'm a womanist theologian as well, one of the worst places that we're guilty of it is from the pulpit of the church. Because that institution still holds y'all's minds like nothing else. Okay, let me keep going because somebody ain't ready for what I just said. Now, Cassandra, listen, you know how I do it over here. No cream, no sugar. I take this coffee strong and black because I tells it like a T-I-Z-tis. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. And if it steps on your toes and crunches your corns and your bunions, oh well, I can't help you. Woo! Now, I'm going to come here. Please, y'all better pray for me. Please pray for me. I can't take it. How many times we're complicit in our own bondage? My God, today. Now, this is where I want to go right here. This young black brother, and I think Michelle Brownell sent this to me a few days back. This young black brother is cleaning up. And I quote, oh, well. Z Lady C said you can download it on Kindle for $2.99 with a membership on Amazon, or free with your membership. Baby, they gonna make sure they can get Willie Lynch in your hands. Lord Jesus today. But I do not want you to be ignorant, my brothers and sisters. This is real talk. It's not some kind of contrived conspiracy made up in the back room kind of thinking. This is real stuff. Please believe me. This is real stuff. Now, this young man I want to talk about, this is how we are going to turn this thing around. This brother from New Orleans has now shattered the U.S. record with 125 college offers and over $9 million in scholarships. That's what I'm talking about. Kim Possible, thank you so much for that. For anybody that wants to go out in my Discord, she put the PDF of the Willie Lynch booklet letter out there for anybody that wants to go out there and see it. If you're oblivious to this information and this is brand new to you, go out into my Discord. Kim Possible 711 has been so kind as to put it out there for you to see. Now, this is what I want us to see more of. Excuse me. $9 million in scholarships. Dennis Barnes' goal is to reach $10 million in offered scholarships by the end of the month. I think this is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I love it. I love it. I appreciate we're seeing, and this isn't, we've been walking in excellence the whole time. It's just a matter of let me sign this. It's just a matter of we have now come into, you hope your eyes don't burn when you read it, BTD. Listen, it's angering to say the least, but what I will say is what it does do is allow you what is actually been the war that we're fighting against. These are the mindsets. These are the energies that have been put out here amongst us. And again, I don't want you to be ignorant. I want you to know exactly what's going on. I want you to know exactly. If you don't know your history, this is a part of our history. It's in News from Viewers. Thank you for that, Kim Possible. If you don't know your history, and sometimes we know our history, but sometimes you need to know the plan and the history of your adversary. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You need to know the plans and the strategy of your adversary. That's when I say we're playing chess, because part of chess is that you strategize not just your moves, but you also premeditate the move that your opponent may have, and you position your men on the chessboard for that very purpose. You're not just looking on where I want to move and how I'm trying to get there and the plan I'm trying to launch for myself. You've got to anticipate the move of your opponent. We got to come in here and play some chess, y'all, and we need to anticipate, and we need to understand the plans, the agendas, and the motives of the racist opponent. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. So there you have it. I was running this by so I could actually pull this up to the point where I want you all to see this video. Let's share, and I want you all to hear about this young man. I am so proud of what he has done. Let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
National High School of New Orleans is making quite an impression on the college ambitions.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. When the teen graduates in a few weeks, has to decide between dozens and dozens of schools that all offered him scholarships. The record amount of offers quickly made this far and way to the top on our website. Today, Alyssa Curtis tracked down that student to find out more because, he has big things in store.
He definitely does, and I think dozens is quite the understatement. Dennis Barnes has gotten into 125 colleges and universities. He's also earned millions in scholarships. As for how he did it, well, the teen is very humble and credits hard work and those around him.
Dale College, what school is this? Hillbrook College. Always been devoted to trying to get my schoolwork done and get good grades. Always, of course, like the average child.
At just 16, Dennis Barnes is anything but the average child. He's just a few weeks away from graduating from International High School, and he's got a big decision to make. What college will he attend?
I have Loyola Marymount University.
Well, he's got at least 125 to choose from.
It's not normal. I know it's not, of course. I started at some place. I guess there's a starting point for everything. I started and didn't realize where I was going. But as I realized the path I was heading down, like I said, I rolled my momentum, and then I ended up farther than I even would have ever thought I would have been.
According to those around him, that starting point came when he was little. While his mom is proud, she's not surprised.
He's always been very inquisitive, always on top of everything.
Barnes maintains a more than perfect GPA, is dual enrolled at Southern University, and is bilingual. With a resume like that, why apply to so many schools?
It's all about vision. It's to look at it from a broad spectrum and opening the vacuum very wide so that he can have an array of opportunities.
Not only has he been racking up college acceptance letters, his mailbox has been overflowing with scholarships, over $9 million, and possibly a new record.
As the numbers started getting bigger and bigger, my drive was there. It started getting more and more and more.
A drive that doesn't seem like it'll dim anytime soon as he gets ready to study computer science.
I think I'm looking for a place where I'm going to be comfortable, where they're going to take care of me financially.
I know that he has big ambition, big goals, and I believe with everything in me that he's going to achieve all of it.
Now that's what I'm talking about, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Miss Lottie Dottie, good morning and welcome to you and welcome into the Lion's Den. Nothing but mad love to you. Now, I'm going to go back and I want to catch this. MCP 812, look at his name. Will he lynch? Question mark. That's his plan. I love it. I love it. I love it. With his Christmas plan, yeah, with his Christmas present to all of the racists and slaveholders. Now, this young man right here, this story is absolutely positively what I'm talking about. But the question begs to be answered. Will he be a victim of a police stop? I said what I said. Will this young man be like Ralph Yarl, who rang the doorbell to pick up his siblings and get shot by a racist white man in the house? Will the man make it to college? Because listen, with what we have to deal with in this country, we've got promising young black life, and every time we turn around, those lives are being snuffed out, even for those that have the greatest potential. I said what I said. Ralph Yarl, we've kind of moved away from that story. The old white man that his grandson said was racist and his wife said she was perpetually fearful and afraid and scared of him. We ain't heard nothing about Mr. Lester since he shot him up. And we look at Ralph Yarl and all the accolades and all of the positive academic and scholastic awards that this young man had. And at the end of the day, this boy nearly lost his life because a white man wanted to shoot through the door for him ringing the doorbell by accident, and we ain't heard nothing. Have you heard? Listen, it's crickets. So we see the potentiality. And we know the potentiality has always been there for us. But the challenges continue to lie with, number one, can they live long enough to get there? Can they live long enough to get there? And then number two, are we still going to have to go through all of this foolishness about where, what, how they can learn, what books they can read, all of this stuff that is now having to be dealt with by these young people. And down in my shondo, I hear my spirit say, no. But we have the ability, come on, we always, listen, we're like creme de la creme. We are at the uppermost. And so many times while we're told we're less than, while we're constantly being told we can't accomplish, we can't achieve, we this and that and the other, you're lazy, you're this. Baby, we have been the creme de la creme, and we have constantly, and I'm talking to black folks. I appreciate everybody. I'm not racist, but I'm talking to black folks because our house is on fire. We have been the cream of the crop from the beginning, and we need to start realizing without a shadow of a doubt who we are and press on. Baby, we ain't stopping for nobody, nowhere. put this in, y'all. I put this in because this blessed me. This blessed me. Let me see if I can get this to stop. It's rolling and scrolling. There we go. Let me stop it. And let me see if I can take it back. Now, I can't get it back, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it roll through twice. So many times I see that we're challenged when we struggle to find success and be successful. Not because we don't have it in us, but because of the external energy that's always coming at us with negative energy. Now, I want y'all to pay attention because this young man right here, let me go ahead and see if I can let that run all the way through and I'll bring it back so it can start back at the beginning. This young man right here, he gave an answer. And I want you all to come to a point where you can give an answer like this young man. Come on, stop. Well, it didn't want to stop. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let it run. When people come at you with energy that's negative and that's designed to pull you down. Now, pay attention. Because listen, some folks will try to act like they're in your corner, but at the end of the day, they got other energy that's manifesting. This young man answers this, and somebody put this out. I saw it on several of you all's Instagram. I thought it was good. This is the kind of energy I want us as a community, as a people, as Black people. This is the kind of energy I want us to have all the time when people want to come at you with some crazy negative energy. It's going to start in the middle, but I want you to, I'm going to let it play again because I want you to see it. Some of you have already seen this, but this is the kind of energy when folks want to talk at you like you're a failure, when folks want to imply to you that you're going to be a failure. This is the kind of energy I want y'all to come back with.
Oh my God. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get a promotion every year?
Uh-oh, what happened? Okay, hold on. So let me do this. It jumped off of the screen for me, but let me go back and get it because I want to play this in its entirety. Let me see if I can get the whole thing. Okay, let me see if I can get the whole thing. I hope so. If not, I'll have it queued up for you for another time because this right here, I'm telling you, this baby's response to this situation just blessed my whole entire shondo. And I hope it's going to play in its entirety. Here we go.
Oh my God. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide a house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me. I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why are you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide a house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me. I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why are you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports.
Now, this energy right here, because some of you all deal with this from so-called friends. Come on and speak, young brother. I'm trying to tell you. Now, this is what I loved about him and the energy he threw back at this joker. He said, so are you telling me that, and he gives the stats of Michael Jordan. And so are you telling me that all these other years he was a failure? And I don't know if you all actually heard what the reporter said. He said, well, obviously the answer is no. And so he says, exactly. It's the wrong question to ask me. But note that he said, you asked me this same question last year. I want you all to pay attention, Crystal Method. Come on. It's all about mindset. I want you to pay attention because listen, what he immediately zoned in on, and hear me when I say this. First thing he zoned in on was frequency. And frequency deals with how often you do a thing. That's your frequency. And again, I need y'all to get a higher frequency. Understand, he zoned in on the reality that this is the second. You asked me this same time last year about the question was, for those that may not have heard it, do you feel like a failure? What kind of question is that? Do you feel like a failure? And this is what I want you all to do. Pay attention to the people that are in your environment, because if they're coming at you with those kinds of questions and that kind of energy, you see what frequency they're on. He paid attention that Eric asked him that same daggone question last year. The audacity, Rebel, the audacity for him to ask that young man that question. But I love the boss energy, baby. That was boss energy. When he came back and took that man to task. I'm going to say this because this is even an area that I'm gratefully growing in. Sometimes you got to unblock your throat chakra and you need to talk. You need to challenge. You need to come back and say, hold up, swole up. Let me take you to task on this question. Number one, the question was stupid. And number two, you asked me the same stupid question last year, so I see what energy you are of as it relates to me. Are y'all understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? So many times, because we have been taught, just like Michelle said, we're asked to be silent. We're asked not to speak. We're asked not to talk about something. We're asked to know our place. We're asked all of these things. And for so long, we have played into that part that now at the time when we need to be unblocking and unstopping that throat chakra, we need to talk. Open your mouth and say something. I'm going to tell you of a truth. I've had two situations just this recent last 2 weeks, and it was a total transformation from just opening up my mouth in a particular situation where I would have been silent. Open up your mouth and say something. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because the mindset of silence, the mindset of just letting stuff be, the mindset of just going with the flow. Listen, beloved. Those days are over. And so what did he do? He intelligently challenged him. And I'm telling you, even in my situation, I had to be quiet for a minute and ask for wisdom. How do I respond to this? Because my flesh, I'm going to tell you what, my flesh wanted to vibrate low. Do y'all hear me talking? My flesh wanted to vibrate low. But I had to stop and intentionally be quiet for a minute and then come back and confront it. It wasn't a matter of leaving my throat chakra clogged and blocked. I just needed to stop for a minute to find the correct approach. Now, you notice what this young man did. But even while he was doing that behavior, his mind was thinking of strategy. His mind was thinking of an approach. His mind was thinking of an analogy to make this man understand the question that you asked me last year and the question that you asked me again this year is a stupid question. We're not going to keep going around having an argument. Let my mind think of the right words and the right question and the right analogy to present to him so that he can understand this is stupid. Am I talking to anybody? How can I present the facts? How can I present the facts of the case? How can I rebut the energy that you're coming at me with? Because what I'm not going to do is vibrate low just because you want me to vibrate low. Am I talking to anybody in here? I said what I said, Rebel, and I'll add to it before I take it back. Oh, y'all understand the whole idea that you want to come at me with the concept of failure? Like I'm a failure? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And this is what stops and blocks us too many times when that energy comes at us in a certain way, and especially from certain people, we don't know how to deal with that, and that throat chakra begins to clog up and block up, and we just stop talking. But this is what I want to say. Stop vibrating low, but I need you to speak. I need you to talk. I need you to open your mouth and say something. Am I talking to anybody? Come on. They can keep all their low vibrations. They can keep all of that, Yoshi-san. Am I talking to you, Star Simmer Rose? Listen, this is a time of change and transformation and transition. That's the way we used to interact, but that's not me anymore, Miss Lottie Dottie. That's not me anymore. Write the vision and make it plain. Baby Kim Possible 7-Eleven, when that brother got through with him and the man had to admit openly on the mic, you saw this, the young man didn't let him off the hook. He said, I'm asking you a question. Reporter didn't want to open his mouth and say nothing. The young man stopped and said, I'm asking you a question. Yeah, this is a question for you to answer. And the man said, no, that's obviously not the case. Well, thank you very much. Out of your own mouth, you spoke the truth. Out of your own mouth. And sometimes you have to work with the situation, whether it's racism, whether it's fill in the blank with whatever. You have to deal with the situation, not getting in a low vibrational frequency, but you got to continue to vibrate high. You got to continue to stay high in your energy. You got to continue to stay in your boss energy. You got to move in your wisdom, but you also got to hold people's feet to the fire. I asked you a question that makes you understand that I know you understand that the question, the energy that you're coming at me with completely off. Answer the question. Come on, Kim Possible. I need you to get a new set of questions. I'm going to lay this one bare. I'm going to lay it naked. I'm going to expose it for what it is, which is an attempted dig at me. You ain't going to dig me today, brother. You not going to dig me today. You not going to dig me today. You're not going to dig on me today because I got something for you. Come on, Disco Darren is in the room. So much mad love to you, my brother. He is a streamer, you all. And I want you to follow. If you're not following Disco Darren, quit ways because he's going to bless you. You got to bring it so that they can stop coming at you with that foolishness. Open your, I bet he's going to think twice before he asks him another stupid question, Miss Lottie Dottie. And if he doesn't, oh well, because obviously this young lion said, I got something for you. I got something for you. I loved it. I absolutely, positively loved it. Because it puts the ignorance right back in the court of where it needs to be. Don't take on somebody else's ignorance. Don't take on somebody else's low energy. Don't take on somebody else's frequency. Stay in your lane and refuse to come down. Nehemiah was building and rebuilding the wall, and they kept coming to him trying to get him to stop. He told them, he sent message and said, I'm doing a good work and I can't come down. Some of you, as you're rebuilding the walls in your lives, as you're rebuilding your character, as you're rebuilding your emotions, as you're rebuilding so many things that allow you to walk in your boss energy at all times, you got to tell folks, I'm doing a good work and I can't come down, and you're not going to bring me down. Am I talking to anybody? I'm doing a good work and I can't come down. And I like when Nehemiah, just like this young lion here, Nehemiah said, he said, why should I come down to you? Oh, it's time to go, y'all. But I felt something right there. Some of you all need to get that kind of energy where you begin to say, why should I come down to you? I ain't talking about arrogance. I'm not talking about narcissism. I'm not talking about thinking you're better than somebody, but understanding your assignment. Why should I come down to you? I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. Because folks want to take you all kind of places. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? But this energy right here that this young lion exhibited, this energy, that's what I want y'all to grab, as the old folks used to say, grab a hold. Not grab a hold of it, grab a hold. Grab a hold. I need you to grab a hold. Because this is the way we're coming in 2023 and beyond. Because we're sick of you killing our babies. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. We're sick of the racism. We're sick of the disparity. We're sick of all of it. We're sick of the privilege. We're sick of it. I need you to grab a hold of it, Kim Possible. I need you, Z Lady C, grab a hold of it. And I need y'all to stay the course. Baby, I know we're exhausted, but this is the thing I want us to say. Get a second win. I'm going to talk about this on Sunday, and I don't normally come here in my stream, but Sunday I started talking about the sacrifice. I talked about actually my thought was on the outer court, and that's where the sacrifice is made. If you come in Sunday at 7:00, I'll be teaching on the part 2, the holy place, and then we'll end up on the most holy place. But if the transfer of energy is made at the altar, and I'm not going to go back and preach my sermon again, but I just want us to understand when we get exhausted, when we get tired, when it seems like I'm almost deliriously tired, where I can't even think, I can't function, I can't anything. I promise you, the transfer of energy is at the altar. I'm going to go into phase 2 of that. We got the outer court. We're going to go into the inner court. I want you to understand this, and this is where I become the spiritual thought leader, because I could tell you all a whole lot of do this, then do that. I still didn't get to the steps that I wanted to talk about. We'll bring it back next week because we're still in the place of understanding karma, understanding you reap what you sow, understanding what you put out, understanding your energy. We'll come back. I'll do that next week, but this is where we went today, and this is where we're meant to go. You've got to understand from that spiritual space. And again, I'm not trying to propose or push any particular tenet of religion or faith group. I'm just talking about at large. You've still got to have that spiritual connection, whatever that spiritual connection to God is, you've got to have it. And the place of transfer where energy is transferred. I'm going to say it again, where energy is transferred. You got to tap into your spiritual space. And I can say that unequivocally, without batting an eye, without any reluctance in what I'm saying. To move into the boss energy that I'm saying to you all you have, that you can operate in, that you can manifest. Baby, I'm telling you, the first point of order, you got to move into your spiritual place and be reconnected back, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You got to be grounded. You've got to be grounded, because even if you start to move into what looks like your best and greatest space, if you're not grounded, you will still shipwreck. Hear me. If you're not grounded, you will still shipwreck. So this is what I want us to pay attention. Pay attention. I'll pray for you. I absolutely will. So much prayer going up for you. Now, I want us to pay attention, because this is where we come together. This is where we unite. This is where we engage our forces and network and make the change that we want to see possible. First and foremost, I need you to connect to your blessed place. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it unequivocally. I don't care who you are and what. I'm not saying get churchy. I'm not saying get religious, but I am telling you, you're going to have to tap into your spiritual space and get anchored to the core and grounded. That's spiritual, folks. That's spiritual. And that's the way you're going to find a means to really do what it is that God put you here to do. And I'm going to leave it with that, and we'll come back on next week. But listen, I need you to have the energy of this young man. I need you to have this energy that even when folks are looking at you and calling you a failure and saying you're going to be a failure, and I don't care what their words are, I need you to keep vibrating high. I need you to stay at your frequency. I need you to stay where you're called to be, in your space, in your place. I need you to speak with wisdom. Don't just speak off the top of your head. I need you to speak with wisdom. And all that getting understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. I need you all to move in that kind of energy. And I promise you, it's connected in your spirituality. You've got to have, come on, Fairly All Day, so much love to you. L7 King, so much love to you. You've got to have that anchored core. You've got to have that anchored core so you can stay grounded. And when you get there, you'll understand I'm doing a good work and I can't come down. We're out of here. So much mad love to you. And I appreciate everybody that came in this morning. We'll be back on tomorrow for those in class in the Institute. We'll be there. And then on Sunday morning, we'll be back for Thug Life Devotions, Church of Funk, and Word on Fire. Let's go. Well, this has been another time of gathering in the Lion's Den. This is your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I am so glad that every last one of you came in here this morning. Nothing but mad love to you. Now listen, I want you to pay attention, because we're building something over here. You can follow me in Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, and more, because babies, I'm out there. Now listen, I want you to understand this. I want you to be the change that you want to see. Don't just talk about the change. We got to be the change. And at the end of the day, you're not in this thing alone. This Pride Alliance, this Pride, Pride, we are relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. It's us, you, me, we, all, because we're all in this thing together. Now look at here. We don't have a spirit of intimidation. We don't have a spirit of fear. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind. And our mantra in the Lion's Den, I am all powerful in love. As long as I'm moving in love, I am all powerful. Now listen, I want you to copy the raid message. Come go with us, because we're going to do you good. And let's go over and share this love someplace else with somebody else. The Lion's Den support has been great. It's been mighty. And I want to say thank you, because we're building something. L7 Kings, mad love coming right back to you. Now listen, I appreciate Regina Sims and the ministry of music that she has given us permission to share. Won't be this way always. Please believe it, babies. Now copy the Raid Train message, because we're going somewhere and we're going to share some love in somebody else's house. Now come on with this. I want you to do as my moderators always say. They always encourage you to have an amazing day on purpose. this. And you know what I tell you, do what you love what you do, and peace for your journey.